Time. My fellow Americans, I'm here to tell you to check out the Two Guys One Toilet podcast channel on youtube.com. Remember, no spaces, otherwise it's hard to find. The reason for that, I don't know. It's a big shame. But anyway, Obama out. Oh yes, go like, comment, and subscribe. They really need it. Thank you.
Continue.
Tell me a joke. What kind of jokes you got?
Why can't you trust an atom?
Because they make up everything.
Exactly. So I think I've told you that one before.
Yeah, I've heard that before. I can't believe you didn't like my pumpkin patch joke. Riddle me this, Batman. What's a field full of gingers?
It's not
A pumpkin patch.
But no, they don't have orange hair. Gingers have red hair.
Orange, red, it's all the
Red.
same.
It's
I don't know. I've
not
seen
the
some people
same.
with pretty orange hair.
Not the same.
I don't know. But, I think we'll just get right into it since you're not in the joking mood. Let me
Bad
pull
joke.
up my notes here.
I could be joke. I'm in a plenty fine joking mood. It was a bad joke.
What are you, Joke Biden? So we made an ad, right?
I don't get that one either.
You don't get Joke Biden? Whatever. Never mind. Oh, you gotta send me the Obama thing from yesterday.
Yeah,
You should send
yeah.
that to me. I'll
We'll upload that at some point as well.
I might just put that at the beginning of this episode, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, so yesterday we went and filmed an ad. That was pretty fun. We went to
More of a trailer. Yeah, I guess I don't know.
It's an ad. I don't know. I put it out as an ad. We haven't got much success with it yet. Only one person has seen it, I think.
Well, you need to pay to put it in front of other videos. That's
I did.
the only way you're gonna.
Yeah, so I went on to Google
What?
Yeah, I did this last night. So I put it out, and it's kind of interesting how it works. So if nobody clicked on your actual video through the advertising, you don't pay anything. You pay per view. So each click is like 3 to 6 cents, and then you just mark the limit of how much you want to pay up to. So I just made it $10 a day. So
No.
I think it said we could have up to 3.7 thousand views from one day of ads with just $10.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, no, it's dang cheap. So
But, I wonder if it's actually showing the ad to anyone.
it says one person has seen it.
Okay, all right, there you go.
Yeah. Well, it only recently got
All right.
approved because it takes.
Let's go.
Yeah, it took 14 hours to get approved or something. It says it takes one business day for them to view it and then put it out. So, but yeah, so
That's what you were saying about having it approved. I was wondering what that meant.
yeah. So you send it in and then they have to approve it and then it goes out. So yeah. So if you're a new listener here, hello and welcome. I am Kevin. This is Sam. We are the hosts of the Two Guys One Toilet podcast. Yeah, you've probably seen the ad, or you just already know us. So let's just keep going with it. But it was pretty fun. We showed up at Castle Rock, and they were doing some street festival, and it was a bunch of concerts and all different types of stuff, and it was pretty cool. Yeah. Talking about concerts, actually, I'll just move right along here.
Musicians.
Tonight, I am going to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Yes. So, I'm excited. And it's
Nice.
in Colorado Springs, so I don't have to drive very far, which is beautiful. I think it's at the...
want to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah, I've always liked them, but I haven't really gone on my way to really watch them. But my dad and my brother, they're super huge fans. We have a few of their CDs downstairs, but they definitely have some cool stuff. So I'm really excited to go watch it. My big concern is I don't know if I have anything super fancy for this event. So we'll see.
I don't. Do you actually need to wear something fancy? You can't just go in your normal clothes.
I mean, it's an orchestra. You should be fancy. It's a theater.
I mean,
You've got to be highbrow.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe
Well, I mean, you better go. After
Interview?
we're done recording here, you better go get out there and rent a tux.
yeah,
You wouldn't want to be seen as a peasant.
yeah. That's what I'm
among
thinking
The
here.
aristocrats.
Yeah. So maybe I'll go to Kohl's after I go to Walmart and get me some Hot Pockets. Sponsor us, please, Hot Pocket. But yeah, maybe I'll go look and buy me something fancy for the event tonight.
Mm.
But yeah, so I'm excited for that. Other news, I'm just kind of cruising here. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling amazing right now. More on the gaming side, I have re-downloaded War Thunder, and I forgot really how grindy the game is. It is a grindy game.
Never played it.
You should play it. I only play the planes for it. I don't
I
play.
hate grindy games.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. Like, I have good planes so far, but like getting to the next plane, it just takes forever. It's like you get research points every game you play, and that's how you unlock stuff. And like the plane I'm trying to unlock right now is like 15,000 research points or whatever. And each game I get like 800 research points. So, or less. So it'll take a while, but
Yep. Sounds like the goal is to get you to spend real money in order to get planes.
yeah, I mean every day they give you a free thing. So like they give you like boosters. So you activate the booster and then you get a bonus for research points or bonus for money and stuff. And it activates and it's for a whole day. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, so I quite like that. They've definitely done some new changes. They recently came out with the F-14. So that's cool. But yeah.
What possessed you to go back to War Thunder?
I like planes and I like shooting people down and really just stomping on their face and spitting in their eye. So I
Oh,
was like, maybe I'll pick it back up again and start playing. So
I see.
yeah, I just kind of got the itch for it, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna start playing again. But it's pretty fun, honestly. It's pretty cool. I wish I had people to play with. Sam, you should play. 'Cause
Absolutely not.
it would definitely be a lot more fun with other people. But you don't want to fly a plane?
I do not think I would enjoy that game in the slightest.
Why? You're flying a plane, you're shooting people down, you're dropping bombs. It's fun. Whatever.
No, game I do like,
What do you like?
Snoopy Flying Ace. That's my favorite, like plane flying game.
I don't know if I've played that or really
That's
heard of it, but
Now that's a good game.
I need to look this up. Snoopy.
Yeah, just really well done dogfighting game,
Yeah.
I guess.
Images. This is for the.
Really easy, pretty easy to control. Lots of different weapons.
How many war crimes did
There's
he
a,
commit?
just a Snoopy.
Yeah.
Um, I think zero. I think
Yeah.
zero.
Uh,
I think normally he's just blowing up planes.
sounds a little
with,
lame. I'm
with
gonna be honest. Here.
with his plane. Or like zeppelins, or he's blowing up like turrets, or yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. This actually just reminded me of a different game. I'm gonna throw you for a loop here. Reminded me of a different game. Worms.
Worms.
Yeah. You ever played that?
Okay, sure, but that is a bit different.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
I
not sure
don't know
how that's
why.
related.
Yeah, I don't know why it made me think of it, but it made me. One of these screenshots kind of just reminds me of Worms.
But Worms is good. I like Worms.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of gameplay on it. I've never actually played it, but it looks pretty awesome.
I played Worms, Weapons of Mass Destruction, and Worms, Armageddon, I think it is.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, Worms is fun.
Nice.
It's one of the best 2D turn-based. I don't know what to call it exactly.
Warfare
shooty-
game. I don't know.
Yeah.
Strategy game.
Pocket Tanks is pretty good.
I like
If
Shell
you
Shock.
played Pocket Tanks.
Is it like Shell Shock?
Well, Pocket Tanks is also a 2D like turn-based shots, like kind of deal, like Worms. Where
Pocket.
you take one shot each turn.
What is it? Pocket
At your
Tanks.
opposition. Pocket Tanks. Yeah.
This just looks like Shell Shock.
Yeah. Well, maybe Shell Shock looks like Pocket Tanks, huh? How about that, Kevin?
Shell Shock looks like the better version of Pocket Tanks. Shell Shock.
How dare you?
This looks like a Flash game from
No.
2011.
How dare you? Well, that's because it was made before 2011.
Oh, that makes sense. Would you play this on your Game Boy Advanced?
Played it on my iPod Touch.
Ah,
It came out-
nice.
Came out in April 2009.
Whoa,
So, yeah.
nice. It honestly looks a little familiar, but
Shell Shock is from 2015. Looks like.
well, it looks like Shell Shock learned how to perfect the side-scrolling tank game because Pocket Tanks did not. So, you know,
How dare you?
I'd say good job. I wonder if it's made by the
Pocket-
same people.
Pocket Tanks is fantastic. Okay,
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I'll have you know.
Okay. So, have you heard? The new World Cup season is starting. I know we love our
Yeah.
sports, and
And
we-
apparently, I heard there's some controversy based around the location
yes.
of the World Cup this year.
So, I actually know all of it. So, here's what it is. The country. The country.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh shoot! What the heck is the country? It's
Is it Saudi Arabia?
No. It's. I always thought it was Kuwait, but it's not Kuwait. It's Qatar. Sorry, Qatar. So the people.
Qatar is the country. I thought Qatar was the city.
I don't know. Anyway, Qatar. I think it's the country. Qatar, as we
It is
know,
a country.
has slavery, of course. And so what happened was.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so Qatar has
Right.
slaves, of course, and they brought people in to Qatar and took away their passports and made them work, and they couldn't leave, which was insane. But I think roughly like 3,000 people died making the stadium and stuff. And yeah, so Qatar has spent, I think, 4 times more money on their stadium and airports and stuff than Russia did on the last World Cup. But Russia did not kill so many slaves. So, yeah. But
Hopefully they didn't have slaves
yeah,
or kill anyone.
yeah. But so yeah, Qatar has slaves. 3,000 of them died making the stadium and airport and other stuff. So yeah, they took away people's
That's,
passports so they couldn't leave.
Who brought these people in and took away their passports?
The government.
The country of Qatar.
Yes. So they had their own people, okay, slaves, and then other people came in to help them, and those people got brought in, got their passports taken away, and then had to work and couldn't leave.
What do you mean other people? Like they had other slaves brought in from like Saudi Arabia or some shit?
I don't know. I think it's just people like contractors. I think just outside contractors got hired to come in, and then they got their like passports revoked.
They got hired and they were being paid.
Yes.
Like this was a job for a regular job for them.
So the
And
people
then-
that were
and
brought
then
in,
they come in and they get their passport taken from them, and then end up just like getting killed on the job.
yeah. So what I've heard is the people that came in were getting paid, but then I think there were the people that they already had. I think were already just slaves. I believe. I know people that came in were getting paid, but they got their passports taken away. That's like all I really know about it. Let me.
Right. I thought you knew everything.
I do. Qatar drama.
Drama.
Yeah, Qatar
That's
to
a bit of
ban.
an understatement.
They want to ban beer. It looks like.
Well, that's I think FIFA just stopped allowing beer in soccer games.
Good luck trying that in like the UK and stuff. So okay. So one of the most discussed issues of the Qatar, so here's a quote, World Cup was the treatment of workers hired to build the infrastructure. Human Rights Watch and the International Trade Union Confederation allege that the kafala system leaves migrants vulnerable to systematic abuse. Workers could not change jobs or even leave the country without their sponsor's permission. In 2013, Amnesty International reported serious exploitation, including workers to sign false statements that they received their wages ordered in order to regain their passports. So people were brought in, exploited, and yeah. Also, there are a lot of things here. Also, there was a thing I saw. So they took some of the workers, gave them jerseys, and then filmed a video. And they did a few different countries. There's like one for like Brazil and one for like Argentina. But it's the workers wearing the jersey, and like it pans around, and they like are cheering when it's on them, but right when it goes away, they just kind of like look sad again. And you can kind of see it, like once it starts, they're like kind of sad, and then like, yeah, but everybody thinks it's a ploy by the Qatar government to get people in because nobody's happy.
Well, they want to make it look like the workers are excited.
It's supposed to look like fans fans in Qatar are ready for the
Oh,
yeah. So they're trying to show that it's like really like ready. Also,
but actually, they've just like oppressed all of their people, and
yeah,
and no one's real excited about the World Cup, where thousands of people died to make the stadium.
yeah. But also, if you are gay in Qatar, you will be fined or put in prison for 7 years. You will get fines and up to 7 years in prison. Sorry.
For
If you're
for
caught
making
being gay,
for making any indication of homosexuality.
pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah, the Gay Times. Really? The Gay Times.
The gay. What?
Yep, that's the newspaper.
This is a paper from
The Gay Times,
article
yes.
from
The Gay Times
Times.
reported that there are no known cases that the death penalty was enforced for homosexuality in Qatar. Oh. The FIFA president, Sepp Blatter, initially said, I would say they should refrain from any sexual activities if you're gay. That's what he's referring to. So,
Yeah. You should probably, yeah. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
yeah. But anyway, wow, there's a lot of
Thank you, Mr. President.
yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on. Oh yeah, paid fans. Here we are. Paid fans. In 2020, Qatar began a fan engagement program promising to pay air travel, entrance tickets, and housing, and even spending money for groups of fans from all competing nations. However, fans who were hand-picked by the Qatar government are required to sing and chant when asked to, and are required to report any social media posts which are critical to Qatar. Despite its appeal, many fans decline the offer since they feel that it disregards their values as a fan and a person. God. Corruption controversies. A whole lot of them. Yeah, no, there's a lot
Sounds
of
like a
stuff going on here.
sounds like a mess.
Yeah. Jesus.
Real big cluster.
Yeah.
Apparently, Morgan Freeman was featured in the
Oh,
opening ceremony.
sorry. Oh my God. So
Find something even more horrible that happened.
yeah. So there's a claim now for the death count of how many people have died. I lowballed it. The World Cup in Qatar has cost the lives of 6,500, even as many as 15,000 migrant workers.
Wow. So the estimate has a range of like 9,000 people.
Oh,
So like we barely know the number. Anywhere from 6,000 to 15,000 could have died.
yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's saying more than oh my God, there's so many ads. More than 6,500 migrant workers from India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka have died in Qatar since it won the right to host the World Cup 10 years ago, The Guardian can reveal. Holy crap. I think we should move to a happier topic. That was dark.
That's bad.
Um,
That is yeah. Why are soccer teams like Why are they going to this World Cup?
You know, I don't know. I mean, it's
Why,
the
why
Olympics.
aren't
I don't know
why aren't they
why.
boycotting this World Cup?
All right, not the Olympics. Sorry, the FIFA. Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, honestly, um, we should have boycotted the
FIFA.
Beijing Olympics too,
Yeah.
or earlier this year.
What happened in
I
Beijing?
think. Well, nothing happened in Beijing, but like I think the Uyghur the Muslim Uyghurs living in China, the genocide of their people is still ongoing.
I don't know much about that. Interesting.
Not to mention China's just recent hostile takeover of Hong Kong.
I didn't hear about that either. I'm not.
What?
Yeah, I don't watch the news.
You didn't hear about like the massive protests going on in Hong Kong
No.
to stop China's takeover of the government?
Didn't that happen like a
It
few years
started
ago?
in 2019.
Yeah, I heard about it when it started, but I didn't know.
It was going for at least a solid year into 2020. And eventually China crushed it
Yeah.
and just murdered anyone who didn't like what they were doing.
Yeah, I heard about it when it first
Murdered
started.
them or put them
but
in prison for life or whatever.
yeah.
Pretty effed up.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think we should move to something a little happier here. I was thinking maybe we should play a little game. As we've played a game before, and it's been a while, let's play another game here. I have some dad jokes here. I don't know if you want to pull up some dad jokes of your own, and then we could have a little dad joke off.
Why?
I don't know. I think it'd be fun. Whatever. All right. What else do I have on my topics list here?
I was maybe gonna talk a little bit about Metroid Dread.
Okay, yes. Let's talk about Metroid Dread. Tell me about Metroid Dread. What is it?
Just finished it this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you may have heard before, great game.
It's on the Switch.
I don't know if I would, in terms of Metroidvanias, I think I still hold Hollow Knight in a higher regard.
Yeah.
Wow,
you
Hollow
look up.
Knight's just got a little more going on, I feel like.
If you look up Metroid Dread, a lot of the photos, especially for shopping items, are just skin tight suits. This is a very horny page here.
If you just Google straight up Metroid Dread,
Yeah. Like the
I
first.
would think that would bring up like shots of the game.
Oh yeah, no, the images are shots of the game. But if you look up at Shop Metroid Dread, the first one is the game. The other one is the Nintendo 3DS game. The third one, okay, just the third, is a woman in a skin tight suit selling on eBay. And then the fifth one is also a skin tight suit of a lady wearing it. And then there's also another skin tight suit. And another skin tight suit. A lot of skin tight suits.
I can't. That's probably not a new thing to Metroid Dread.
Probably not.
It's just kind of probably been a thing for a while since we first saw Zero Suit Samus.
Yep.
Whatever that was.
A long time ago.
many years ago.
When did this come out? Is this a new game or is this a reskin or something?
Came out like a year ago.
Yeah, it has the
October of last year.
2021 winner. Cool.
2021 winner?
Yeah, it has like a little achievement here. I don't know.
A winner of what?
I don't know. Something. It's just a photo. Talking about new games, though.
It's interesting because, yeah, it says Metroid Dread on this. You don't even really play, like, Samus doesn't lose her armor in Metroid Dread. Aside from when you die, when you get hit by a killing blow, the screen will center Samus, and then everything around her will go black or whatever, and then the armor will break off, and then it'll be her in her Zero suit, and then for like 1 second, and then it'll fade to black, and then you'll respawn.
Yeah. Apparently it's a 9 out of 10 on IGN, and by Metacritic it's a 88%. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Okay. Good to know.
Wow. Cool. Talking about new games and great games.
Hey, hold on. Okay, I haven't even...
You paused too long, dude. You like
started here.
You paused too long. You say some stuff, and then you pause for like 6 days. You got to keep talking. This is the podcast. Man. You got to talk.
I'm just collecting my thoughts.
Oh, collecting his thoughts now, is he? Okay. I think faster.
Yeah, probably the coolest thing about Dread is the Emmys, which I think was the goal, was the main focus for the game. The Emmys are these creepy robots that will chase you around, and they all have their own sections of the map that they can occupy. So there's Emmy zones, and if you leave the Emmy zone, then the Emmy can't keep chasing you there. But yeah, the Emmys are cool. You gotta play stealthy. You got like a phantom cloak you can use to
you're Solid Snake.
Hide from them.
So you hide in a box like
Solid Snake. Yeah. I guess it's probably the most stealth game of Metroids.
Yeah.
That I've seen. Or of Metroidvania. Which is cool. So the Emmys can if they get close enough to you, they can detect you when you're moving.
Okay.
If you're far enough away, nothing happens, but the Emmys they'll run around and they'll patrol the whole zone.
When they spot you, does a big exclamation point go above their head? Did they make the noise? Weep?
No, it's not that. It's not that blatant.
Okay.
No, I don't think it's purely a rip-off of Metal Gear.
Okay.
Let
me ask you
this. They get close enough, they can detect you, and then they'll go to that place where they last detected you. And so then generally you'll want to use your cloak or whatever. And if they get close enough and they see you, then they'll start chasing you. And then they will grab you, which will put you into like an interactive cutscene, where they will do 2 different attacks to like hold you down. Like they'll do one to hold you down, and they'll do one to like drive a spike into you. But each time there's a flash, and if you if you press X, the I think it's called the counter or something.
Yeah.
If you press that fast enough, you'll counter them, and then you can get away and you can run off. And then eventually, for each enemy zone, you will eventually be able to find the central processing unit, I think it is, which you can then blow it up or whatever. It's an eyeball that you fight. You drain the powers of the eyeball, and then it gives you the Omega Cannon, or a charge of the Omega Cannon, which you can then use to kill the Emmy, which is pretty cool. I love how the Omega Cannon switches your camera view to actually like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's weird because you go from 2D to looking down the plane of 2D, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure how to say it.
What do you mean? Like you're... I don't know what you're trying to say here. Explain it one more time. So it's...
Well, it has 3D graphics, right?
Okay, yeah.
But
isn't it a side scroller?
Yeah, it's a side scroller. It's a side scrolling game.
Yeah.
Like, in essence of controls, in terms of controls and how the game plays, it's 2D. But it does have 3D graphics.
Yeah.
Which means that the camera can switch over to the side when you're aiming the Omega Cannon, and you can.
Oh, so okay, so you're going from a side view, and then when you aim in, it goes to first person, and you're shooting actually down the hall.
It's not first person, but it's like it's kind of
like they're over the shoulder.
Yeah, it's kind of over the shoulder.
Okay,
and you're looking at a different perspective of the 2D plane.
Oh, okay.
It's
kind of cool.
And then the Emmy will like slowly approach you when you have the Omega Cannon, and you'll be blasting the Omega Cannon at it, and you'll see like the mask of the Emmy slowly turning orange until the mask blows up, and then you got to chart, and then typically after that the Emmy will be really close to you, so you gotta run away a little more and find another spot where you have a lot of space between you and the Emmy, and then you can start charging up the Omega Cannon blast. Like it's got a rapid fire, and then it's got a big old charge blast, and then you'll hit it with the charge blast, and then that's how you defeat it.
Sounds interesting.
Very very atmospheric.
Yeah.
So
nice. Well, I have a question for you about the game. Why is Metroid Dread so short? Explain to me.
I don't understand the question.
Metroid Dread's shorter length.
Yeah. Why is the game so short?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought the length of it was fine, personally. It probably took me a bit longer than it should have because I got stuck for a decent bit early on in the game. Then I stopped playing it, and then I would come back and be confused.
Yeah.
And then eventually, this week, I actually started working at it and figured out what I was doing, and and then it wasn't too bad.
Other question.
But it could be a little annoying with hidden blocks.
Yeah.
Sometimes. The place where I was supposed to go would just have hidden breakable blocks that I didn't see, and then would just turn around and keep looking, and then get frustrated because I couldn't figure out where to go.
Interesting. Is Raven Beak Samus's father?
Are we we doing spoilers on the Two Guys One Toilet podcast now?
I think we've always done spoilers.
Why?
This just popped up on Google. I'm just on Google looking at questions. So,
Okay.
do you know who
Well-
Ravenbeak is?
Yeah, Ravenbeak is well, you don't even know who Ravenbeak is when the game first starts, but he's
Nope.
the antagonist of the game.
What is Samus's
He's
gender?
the final boss. What? Why?
What language do they speak in Metroid Dread?
I don't. It's in English for me.
Why did the baby
No,
Metroid
I think-
get so big?
I don't know. I don't think there's a Metroid in the game.
What gender is Ridley?
What? I don't like this.
Why
this
is
bad.
Samus's suit blue?
I don't know. Maybe Samus likes blue.
Also, Ridley is a male, apparently.
Or her armor is only blue for part of the game. As you upgrade it, it becomes orange and then it becomes purple.
Why does Kraid keep coming back?
Because there's probably multiple Kraids.
Hmm.
And Kraid is not just one monster. There's more than one Kraid.
Why is Ridley too big?
Who says Ridley's too big?
Google. It was largely derived from the comment made by a man's name who I will not pronounce because I will mess it up. Well, Masahiro Sakurai. Actually, that wasn't bad. The creator of Super Smash Bros. Franchise, where he claimed that among other things, Ridley was simply too large to be an effective playable fighter. Alright.
Among Us?
Amogus? Do super bombs hurt Ridley?
What are you talking about? What does Sakurai have to do with Among Us?
No, you just said among. And I just made the Among Us joke. Do super bombs hurt Ridley?
Ridley's not in the game.
Okay. How did Ridley survive Metroid 1? Is Super Metroid Ridley a
I
clone?
don't know. You would have to ask a friend of mine who has much better knowledge on Metroid lore than I do.
How many missiles does it take to beat Ridley?
54.
How big is Ridley canonically?
20 feet 5 inches, weighing in at 15,000 pounds.
Is Samus scared of Ridley?
No, Samus doesn't afraid of anything.
False. Samus
She
is
fights aliens and doesn't afraid of anything.
Samus is afraid of Ridley because
No,
she has trauma
No.
from surviving the post-traumatic
No.
trauma event when Ridley killed
No.
her parents and almost killed her.
no,
Yep.
incorrect.
Why is
Samus
Metroid creepy?
doesn't afraid of anything.
Why is Metroid creepy, Sam?
Well, maybe I don't think it's creepy.
Can a 13-year-old play Metroid Dread?
I don't know. I haven't seen it happen.
What is the evolution of Onyx?
I think that's a Pokemon.
It might be. And that's our next topic. Pokemon, the brand new game coming out. Scarlet and Violet.
No.
Yeah. So,
No.
the new Pokemon coming out, you know. Actually, it is out. Sorry. Let me look up roster. What Pokemons can we get? We can get. Let's Let's see here. We can get Sableye, Zoroark, Clefable, Scizor. That's what I'm excited about. I'm a big Scyther and Scizor fan. Big ups to them.
So they
Dugtrio.
did the same thing as they did in Sword and Shield, and didn't include the entire. They don't have all the Pokemon in the game still.
What do you mean?
Well, up until Sword and Shield, most I think every mainline Pokemon game had every Pokemon.
No, they just do it for the region. Every
Yeah,
Pokemon
okay.
game is a
That's
different
a-
region, and so they just have the Pokemon for those regions. So
No,
get stupid.
no,
Anyway.
that is not. I mean, even if you cannot catch the Pokemon in that game, you can still have the Pokemon, like
Yeah.
in
Just-
Pokemon X and Y. You can have Pokemon from probably any generation before that.
Yeah, because you just transfer it.
Sure, yeah, but the point is that they actually had a file, like they had the Pokemon, every Pokemon coded into the game.
Yeah. It just would be too many
And then
Pokemons.
bullshit. No, they can fit every Pokemon in a Pokemon game.
So you're telling me.
It's not that hard.
Okay, so you want to walk down one road and find like 50 different Pokemon.
No, I don't care.
Imagine
If you can't. I don't care if you can't find them all in the wild. The fact is, they need to be in the game.
Yeah, you just transfer it.
Yeah. Okay, so it actually, like, from what I heard of Sword and Shield, you actually couldn't have Pokemon that weren't in Sword and Shield. Like, you couldn't import them into that game.
Oh, I don't know that. I thought you could.
Yeah, that's what I'm mad about.
I mean, Pokemon Sword
That
and Shield
Game Freak,
is
Game Freak can't be bothered to just put them all in the game.
Yeah, well, I've never actually played a Pokemon before Sword and Shield, so I don't really care.
Ah,
But anyway,
wow. Okay. All right.
Wow,
Let's
look-
see where our discrepancy lies.
why do I
Now,
care?
see, I have been playing Pokemon. I mean, I played Red version on my OG Game Boy.
Man,
so-
the Pokemon for
I was
this,
playing it pretty much since the start.
yeah, the Pokemon for this is crazy. The starters, I don't know how I feel about them. And then you got a few that I don't know. The only one that I know so far is Hoppip and Jumpluff and Talonflame. I know Houndoom.
Pretty stupid that that the starters are still always have to be grass, fire, and water. Like,
Actually, yeah, that I do find
Also,
a little odd.
why can't we have more than 3 starters? Why can't we have like 10 starters?
I don't know. It's too many
Why
options
can't
for
we have
kids.
more? Yeah, I mean, sure, but
Also, Floatzel is in the game. Gotta
What?
love me
Why-
some Floatzel.
the game is just the same every time. What's different about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet?
They change around the Pokemons. It's a new map.
Wow.
New characters. Why is Metroid different? It's always the same
Man.
characters.
Oh, except it's not. Okay.
Why is there
Raven-
always a new
Raven-
Mario
I don't
Party?
think-
A new
I
Mario
don't think
Kart.
we're-
They're all the
I
same,
don't think
dude.
Raven- Let me speak.
No,
Fuck.
you're just being stupid.
I
Mario
don't think
Kart. It's all the
Ravenbeak
same
has been
characters.
in a I don't think Ravenbeak has been in a Metroid game before. Okay, that's a new character.
Oh. So then what about Waluigi always being in Mario Kart? And then I saw that Mario Party. All the Mario Party games, it's all the same characters. You know, you're just being kind of
It
difficult
is.
today, so
Pokemon
Why do you hate
sucks
Pokemon?
right now.
And why do you hate Sonic?
Well, it's not really that I hate Pokemon, it's that I hate Game Freak, who can't be bothered to add new things to Pokemon.
Because you're a freak. Dude, they add new Pokemon all the time.
Great. Like, cool. They made a new 3D model for Pokemon, but like they can't be bothered to like change how the story of a Pokemon game works. How
It's not gonna be like, hey Ash, ISIS has bombed the Pentagon. Go fight ISIS and kill Osama bin Laden. All right, Professor Oak.
that's not what I'm requesting.
Is Ash gonna join SEAL Team 6 and assassinate Osama bin Laden? That I would play. I would play if Osama bin Laden.
You don't need every Pokemon to have the same setup. Like, you don't need to be a 10-year-old growing up in a little town with a professor that gives you your choice of one of 3 Pokemon, grass, fire, or water, from which you pick a starter Pokemon, and then you start running around the region to each of the gyms, and you fight each of the gym leaders, and then you go to the Pokemon League and you fight the Elite Four.
Let me get this straight.
And then
You want to start off
What
as
if-
a middle-aged man with a Pokemon,
Sure.
and then
sure.
just go battle
Why
kids.
not? I don't know. Maybe you are you're Team Rocket grunt, and maybe you rise up through the ranks of Team Rocket, and you become the leader. You displace Giovanni
I don't
out
know.
of Team Rocket, and you become the leader of Team Rocket.
I don't know if they want to be enforcing terrorism. So
What? What do you mean?
Red Rocket, not Red Rocket. Team Rocket,
Team
is
Rocket.
a terrorist.
Team Rocket is
Terrorists.
in Pokemon.
We don't associate
What?
with terrorism.
All Team Rocket does is steal Pokemon because apparently going out and catching them is not easier than stealing them.
And Swiper knows
Even
swiping.
though, which it is easier to do.
I mean, Swiper knows swiping, so I think they need to. Revamp. You know, with all the recent terrorist attacks, I think we need to cut down on showing terrorism. So.
Yeah, good point, Kevin.
I
That's
think-
a good point.
I think Ash
Yeah,
should be in 2001.
wonderful.
The Pentagon gets hit, and now
Why can't
he
we-
joins SEAL
why
Team
can't-
6.
Why can't we have a Pokemon game set in like medieval times?
Well, they have
Okay,
one in
what-
ancient Japan.
what-
That's what Arceus is.
Well, let's have a Pokemon game where you're a knight and you have to go conquer another kingdom for your kingdom
Well, this is all
or
in
something.
Japan, though. This is all Japanese-inspired stuff.
It doesn't need to be in Japan. It doesn't need to be. Why?
I don't know. Or do it in the future. They could be like Star Wars characters with Pokemon.
What is the setting of Legends Arceus?
So Arceus.
It's a region of Japan, like all previous Pokemon games. Okay.
So it's a guy who does something, and Arceus sends him back in time. And
Arceus.
so now,
Arceus.
Yeah, RC Car sends him back in time, and now he's in ancient Japan. And
This is the player character we're talking about?
yes. So you get sent back in time into ancient Japan, and now you have to show people that getting Pokemon is cool and safe. Because you go back to a time where Pokemon are not tamed, and people don't fight Pokemons yet. So now you go and enslave the Pokemon population.
That actually sounds kind of interesting.
See? They do cool stuff.
But that's like the one example. You got anything else for me?
Pokemon Snapshot.
That's a sequel. That's the same thing as the previous Pokemon Snap. They didn't
Okay.
do anything new there.
Whatever the Pokemon games Jaden Animation plays, those are what you should play.
Jaden Animation.
Yeah.
Some YouTuber you like?
Yeah, she's cool. She plays a whole bunch of like Pokemon games and like Pokemon games that people don't know about. Like Pokemon like Journey or whatever.
Journey? What?
I don't know.
Some kind of Pokemon mobile game.
No. Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure Pokemon Journey is not something on the Switch or the 3DS or anything.
I don't know. Well, like Mushy plays or
Not that I've heard of.
Hey You Pikachu, right? Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap, Poke Park Wii, Pikachu's Adventures, Poke Park
Pokemon
2,
Journeys is a season of the Pokemon TV show.
Pokemon Pinball, Pokemon Puzzle League, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
There's lots of
Pokemon Ranger,
spin-offs on There's lots of spin-offs on Pokemon. I'm aware of that.
Yeah, then play those.
But
Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Rumble,
I
Cetaphil, Pokemon Trozy,
I give up.
Pokemon.
The
Bat
point is,
Trio?
I do not like the mainline Pokemon games.
Okay. Don't know
Game
that.
Freak is incredibly lazy.
They're not the only ones who do it, though. All Call of Duties are pretty much just reskins. Some have slightly
Sure.
different mechanics.
I don't really play much COD. I don't
League
really
of
care
Legends.
for COD that much.
League of Legends hasn't changed, really.
It gets changed all the time.
But it's not completely different every time.
No, but it's also the same game. It's not multiple releases.
Overwatch
it's
2.
Not, it doesn't have single player. You're not looking. I want like new single player experiences in mainline Pokemon games, right?
Okay.
I want Game Freak to actually like try to make an interesting narrative. But
Yeah.
no,
I don't
they
know.
don't care about interesting narratives. They just have you be a kid who goes around and beats all the gym leaders and then beats the Elite Four.
I mean, that's what they did with Arceus, but nobody really cares about Arceus.
Arceus!
Yeah, it's all the same.
Arceus! Why does everyone say Arceus? What the fuck?
I'm German. I get the pass. But you know, you liked different Pokemon games, but you don't play Arceus, so I don't know.
I'm not paying $60 for that.
Yeah, I don't know. It actually looked pretty good though.
Okay.
But I think we'll wrap it up. We've had our highs and lows this episode. You know, we've had some anger here at the end.
Speak for yourself.
Had some sadness earlier. Definitely a great episode for people to start watching us with.
Perfect episode.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Ka-chow.